This is all me. And the reason why I did this is because when I said that is
Down on a woman who literally is already choking herself to death.
Atlanta is buzzing with the latest shocking news from the love and hip-hop Atlanta scene. One of the show's most admired and long-standing couples, Yandy Smith and Mendeecees Harris, are officially going their separate ways. The streets are filled with whispers about what went down, and it turns out the truth is even more scandalous than fans could have imagined. Insiders close to the show's production have revealed that Yandy has filed for divorce, and the reason behind it has left everyone in disbelief. The situation unraveled in the most dramatic way when Jessica, one of Yandy's close friends, showed up at her doorstep one night, completely heartbroken and in tears. Jessica revealed a truth that shattered the foundation of Yandy's marriage.
So Yandy's like, kind of loser.
Jessica's own niece, Robin, a 22-year-old aspiring socialite trying to make a name for herself in Atlanta's entertainment circles, had been secretly involved with Mendeecees for several months. According to those in the know, Robin confessed everything to Jessica after being caught with suspicious messages and receipts from secret hotel meetups.
I have the message, but it looked like
She was
you
like,
were the
she
one that
grabbed me.
hit her.
No, she grabbed me and was like, yo,
I hit her up.
she grabbed me
I
and she
know
was like, yo, you still married? You still married? She
I
still
told her.
You told her that it was complicated.
Yeah.
Never say it
Hold
ain't
on.
complicated, because it ain't complicated. It's perfect. Don't ever do that again. I don't give a what she do or what you do. She stand by you, you stand by her.
Jessica, unable to process the betrayal, went straight to Yandy's house to tell her the devastating truth. What made things worse was the fact that Robin had spent countless evenings at Yandy's home, sitting at her dinner table, laughing, sharing meals, and bonding with the family. To find out that Mendeecees had been sneaking around with someone so young and someone Yandy had trusted in her personal space was a betrayal too deep for her to overlook.
The world keep looking for a reason to break my family up. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
When Yandy confronted Mendeecees that same night, he reportedly didn't even try to deny it. He admitted to the affair and brushed it off as a mistake. But for Yandy, the damage was irreversible. She made the decision that night there was no going back. She called her lawyers immediately, and by the next day, divorce papers were being drawn up. The shocking news spread like wildfire throughout Atlanta. Fans, friends, and even cast members were in shock. Some people claimed they had seen hints that something was wrong, while others refused to believe that Mendeecees would throw away his marriage for a young woman barely old enough to drink, especially one tied so closely to the family. As the drama unfolded, Robin went silent on all social media platforms, deleting her profiles, while Jessica, humiliated and heartbroken over the situation, took a step back from filming the show. Meanwhile, Yandy has shifted her focus entirely to her kids, vowing to protect her peace and rebuild her life away from the chaos. Mendeecees, for his part, has yet to make a public statement, but whispers say he's trying to repair the damage behind closed doors. Still, the streets of Atlanta have already made up their minds Yandy is done, and she's not looking back. What was supposed to be a peaceful evening turned into one of the worst nights of Yandy's life. After tucking her kids into bed, she had just settled into the living room with a candle lit and was catching up on emails when a knock on the door shattered the quiet. It was too late for a friendly visit, which immediately made Yandy uneasy. When she opened the door, she found Jessica standing there, her face swollen from crying, makeup running down her cheeks, and her hands trembling. Without saying a word, Yandy pulled her inside, instantly sensing that something was very wrong. Jessica collapsed into the nearest chair, gasping for air as if the weight of the world was crushing her. Jessica didn't just look upset, she looked broken. Her designer hoodie hung loosely off one shoulder, her purse abandoned on the floor, and her body shook uncontrollably. Yandy knelt down in front of her, bracing herself for news she feared might be tragic. "I didn't know where else to go," Jessica finally managed to say, her voice cracked and hollow, as though each word hurt to say. Yandy nodded, urging her to get it out. Jessica looked into Yandy's eyes for a brief second, then looked away, overcome with shame. "It's Robin," she whispered. "It's my niece." At first, Yandy was confused. She had met Robin a few times. She was young, ambitious, always showing up at industry events, trying to carve out a place for herself in the competitive entertainment scene. She was just a kid, really. Jessica's next words made Yandy's heart race. She's been seeing someone older, someone married. Jessica's voice cracked again, and before Yandy could even process it, Jessica dropped the bomb. It's Mendeecees. For a moment, the room fell silent. Yandy couldn't speak. She couldn't move. She just stared at Jessica, unable to believe the words coming out of her mouth. Jessica, through sobs, explained how she had stumbled onto the truth by accident. Robin had been acting suspiciously for weeks, coming home late, dressing like she was going to VIP events when she claimed to be hanging with friends. Jessica brushed it off at first, assuming her niece was involved with a local promoter or maybe a rapper, nothing serious. But everything changed when Jessica accidentally picked up Robin's phone, thinking it was her own. In a matter of seconds, everything became painfully clear. The messages didn't have Mendeecees' name attached, but the contact photo and the tone of the texts told the full story. One message read, "You know I can't be seen with you like that? It's too risky." Another said, "Same spot tonight. No talking after." There were deleted calls, hidden voicemails, and then a blurry mirror selfie of Robin in a hotel bathroom with a very familiar tattoo in the background. The same tattoo Jessica had once seen on Mendeecees' shoulder in an old Instagram post. Yandy sat back on the couch, numb. Her face stayed calm, but her eyes filled with unshed tears. Jessica reached for her hand, apologizing over and over, insisting she never knew and would have never allowed such a thing if she had suspected. Yandy got up and walked to the window, her back to Jessica. Her voice was soft but firm. "How long?" she asked. Jessica wiped her face and whispered, "A few months, I think. She never told me until I caught her. She said at first she didn't know he was married, but when she found out, she kept seeing him anyway." Yandy stayed quiet for what felt like an eternity. "I invited that girl into my home," she finally whispered. Jessica nodded, devastated. "I know. I am so sorry." Yandy turned around, looking Jessica in the eyes. "You don't have to apologize for her. That's your niece. You didn't betray me." Jessica stayed a little longer, sitting in silence as Yandy processed the betrayal. When she finally left, Yandy didn't cry. She didn't scream. She just stood in the hallway, frozen, as memories of Robin at family dinners and innocent glances exchanged between her and Mendeecees started to replay in her mind like a cruel movie. Later that night, Mendeecees came home as if nothing had happened. He placed his keys on the counter, greeted Yandy like he always did, but she didn't respond. Standing in the middle of the living room, arms crossed, Yandy asked him one question: "Did you sleep with Robin?" The air in the room shifted. His face tightened. His hands froze mid-motion. And the silence that followed told Yandy everything she needed to know. She didn't yell. She didn't throw things. She simply looked him in the eyes and said, "You brought her into my life. You lied to my face every day. For what? For some attention from a girl half your age. You don't respect me. You don't respect our family." Mendeecees tried to explain himself, saying it wasn't serious, that it was just a mistake, but every excuse made it worse. According to insiders, Yandy said nothing more that night. She went straight to their bedroom and started packing her things. The next morning, her lawyer was on the phone before breakfast, and by noon, the divorce papers were ready. Within days, word got out. Atlanta's rumor mill went into overdrive. The Love and Hip Hop Atlanta cast was in disbelief, but some admitted they had noticed signs. One cast member claimed Robin had been way too comfortable around Mendeecees at recent parties, sitting too close, lingering too long in private conversations. Another said she once saw them leaving an event in the same car, but brushed it off at the time. Production insiders were stunned by the scandal, but a few said they weren't totally surprised. Mendeecees always had a weakness, one source said. But Yandy stood by him through everything, and this is how he repays her. Meanwhile, Jessica has disappeared from social media and filming, reportedly too embarrassed to face the cameras. Robin, too, has vanished from the public eye, deleting all her accounts and laying low. As for Yandy, she's been spotted out and about in Atlanta, looking calm, collected, and focused on her children. Friends say she's determined to protect her peace and isn't letting the drama shake her foundation. The streets of Atlanta have spoken the marriage is over. And when Love and Hip Hop returns next season, fans already know this scandal will be front and center, promising to be one of the most explosive seasons yet.